Protests are a common scene in India. Yet, this protest is unlike anything you would have seen before. These are Afghan refugees protesting in Delhi in front of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. Even as India is evacuating people escaping from the Taliban in Afghanistan, refugees who have long been living in India are protesting. In the streets of South Delhi's Lajpat Nagar, which is popularly called Little Kabul, the situation has been tense since the Taliban took over Afghanistan. This lively area is lined with Afghan eateries, bakeries, pharmacies, supermarkets and beauty parlors. This is a major location where Afghan refugees have settled since as early as 1979. Why are these Afghan refugees protesting now and what are their demands? With the Taliban taking control of Afghanistan, these refugees have lost hopes of ever returning to their homeland. With all doors to Afghanistan now closed, they are left with no option but to make India their home. They are now protesting for basic needs and facilities which they have been denied for years. The refugees say they cannot even get a SIM card with the documents they currently possess. Access to education, jobs and housing are also unavailable.
We are protesting here because of our case, our resettlement, because UNHCR doesn't give us any resettlement. We are as a refugee and it is a current national right to us to ask UNHCR for resettlement, but UNHCR doesn't give the refugees the resettlement. They told us that no right to resettlement to refugees.
According to the UN's reports from 2020, about 16,000 Afghan refugees are currently living in India. Most of them moved here years ago in hopes of a better future. But lack of proper IDs and documents have put a hold on their dreams. Majority of these refugees don't even have visas. They have been residing in India with just papers that validate them to be asylum seekers and IDs issued by the UNHCR. The protest is being led by the Afghan Solidarity Committee, which is an umbrella organization of Afghan refugees in India. It has been going on since Monday, with refugees refusing to relent until their demands are met. Some of their major demands include issuing them with long-term and resident visas, changing their status from asylum seekers to refugees, refugee cards, support letters from the UN allowing resettlement options in other countries, and assurance of security from the global body and the Indian government.
India government और UNHCR अभी 10-15 साल से कोई प्रोटेक्शन नहीं किया, कोई इकोनॉमी के हिस्से से हेल्थ एजुकेशन और कुछ नहीं है हमारे लिए.
Currently, the UNHCR office in New Delhi grants refugee status to Afghans and citizens from other strife-torn nations and issues identification cards. However, as India is not a signatory to the UN's 1951 Refugee Convention, refugees are unable to enjoy the rights ensured by the UN in other countries. The ID issued by the UNHRC is not widely recognized by authorities in India. Refugees are thus left fighting a complex bureaucratic process. For many others who are not registered with the UN, the struggle is manifold. Refugees also feel that while India lets them stay on for as long as they want, there is not much scope for or access to development because of the regulations. While the Indian government is issuing emergency visas for Afghans who want to take refuge in India, the protest throws light on the need to ensure that refugees who pin their hopes on India are not disappointed and are provided with opportunities for a better life. A Federal Report.